Good morning. We are back with AG Gaming. Lord Elric here. We are continuing our medieval dynasty run. Today, I want to finish the Kestral run. But let's take a moment and talk to Jadwiga. Hiya, Jaddy. How you doing, dear? Let's see. Let's see. Supposedly there's a hunter in the valley that stuffs carcasses of the animals he's hunted. They are reported to still look alive, just frozen in time. Ooh, we went up 5 points. Alright, sounds pretty horrid, but interesting at the same time. I'd like to see it by myself. Alright, have you ever been stung by a bee? I simply adore your hair. It shines like morning dew in the sun. Oh, that was a negative. We lost 3 points. And we're done talking to her. So we did not make any progress.
See you soon.
Let's go and work on the Kestral run. We have, let's see, our inventory. We have a little coin, copper knife, bolts, some clothes. Let's go ahead and top off our food so that we're ready to go. We'll go down here to the creek and we get a drink of water. Oops. And it's saying I have no bolts, but there's a bolt right here. Oh well. Alright, let's head off to see if we can't sober up Kestral, move the storyline along, and make some progress. Okay, so we're going to have to run through the woods. We're going to have to get... We got to get a building made. We got to get another person hired. We need a hunter. We need the hunter cabin so that we can create a bow. So I'd like to be able to make our own arrows. Animal spot, wolf, and wild or white-tailed eagle, and that's a wolf. Not the greatest start to the run. Alright, so we got a long run to go, but we'll get there. So, yep, the plan is to get it so we can build another building. We should have a lot of the supplies we need to do the build right away and get the hunter's cabin. Get somebody hired to work that, and then we should be able to make some progress. And once we get through the storyline, we may increase the number of days in an episode and cut out some of this ridiculous travel time. But it is a pretty game. It's a nice view. If there was water up here and a little bit more flat land, I'd build up here. Whoa. It's a bit of a drop. Okay. Yeah, we could take the roads. It'd probably be just about as fast as the up and down, but we wouldn't get to explore as much. Hi, a bunny rabbit. We're gonna have to get into farming. There's just so much to do in the game. Once we get past this storyline, we'll be able to start really digging in. Getting exhausted, so take it slower. Yeah, we're not going that way. There are 2 bear. We are not in a position to fight the bear, let alone 2. But I believe there's a cave right there. Which at some point we'll want to deal with the bear there. And and take control of the cave system, or the mine. Can't get a drink. Oh well. We're almost to the town, and we can sober up Kestral, get this part of the story mission done, and see where we end up. Dogs make a lot of weird noise. Whoa. Running through the forest. And say hi to the deer. All of the deer. And the badger. Or two. It's okay, Radomir. You don't need to breathe quite so heavily. We're almost there. It's a long run. And eventually we might use those, but alright. We are in the town. Gotta go find the drunk. Wrong building. There she is. I'm back. It's going to be okay. Just drink this. Okay, you're very much alive, Kestral. My name is Rasimir, not Radomir. Iordan was my uncle. Of course, your eyes. Now I understand. I'm sorry. I've been quite distant lately. Please don't mind this mess. It was some badgers that got in through the window. It's very nice to see you. Me and your uncle were working together. Trade, mostly. I don't want to be rude, but I've already spoken with Unigast. I've actually met Sambor and Walrad as well. I know about your mission. Very good to hear. Wasn't even a good liar. Ever a good liar. That's it. A friend of mine did it pretty well. Yes, your friend Iordan. I know about that too. I see. You know a lot, kid. No more bull crap for you then. We were all part of a pack. A family, really. We never had a name or anything, but we did have some reputation in realms far away from here. The pack was all that we had until the day it all fell apart. But you probably know about that as well. I don't actually. No one has told me that. What happened? Well, it seems that the boys would rather tell you about the happy days, but you seem like you're ready to handle the realness as well, aren't you? I am. It was 12 years back, after the pack was fully formed, over a decade of adventure, mischiefs, tightening of bonds. We still felt young, but the thought of retirement from our operation was getting more and more real. We even had a place picked out where we could grow old in peace. Yes, you guessed that right. The valley was always our end game place to settle down. But none of us realized that the end was so near. We were staying for a job in a town called Navis. Spent weeks there. Everybody started to get a little nervous, a little frustrated because Iordan was planning it all on his own. He was always secretive, and we kind of got used to it. But this time, something was off. He kept telling us that he was meeting with some informant. I've seen him a couple of times through the window. Tall as an oak and thin as a straw. Skinny face and jug ears made him look like a rat. Beady little eyes didn't help him as well. Iordan said that he was keeping us out of the loop for the rat man's safety. So we waited, played dice, drank, and waited. When Iordan finally revealed his plan, it sounded like a joke. Weeks of planning for a job so simple? We could have done it with our eyes closed. So I'm guessing it wasn't so easy after all. Supposedly there was a lot of stolen loot in the town hall's treasury, brought in by corrupt militia. Plan was simple. Get in, steal it back, and return it to the rightful owners. Child's play. Iordan and Walrad were supposed to make a distraction when Unigast and Sambor went inside the treasury, and I, as usual, was waiting with the horses ready to run. All went according to plan. No surprises. Sambor and Unigast were loading the cargo into the horses when I saw Walrod walking towards us alone. He said that Iordan split up with him and should be right back. I didn't like that. There was no reason for them to separate, so I decided to go and check on him. I could smell his posh perfume from a mile away, so it wasn't hard. I swiftly followed his scent right into town scribe's chamber. That's when I saw it. What did you see, Kestral? If it wasn't for the ears, I would never have recognized him. His face was bashed in so hard you could almost see the floor through it. Iordan was standing over the Ratman's body, wiping blood off his hands. He did it with a bottle of mead, which then he took a sip of. I'll never forget how casually he looked in that moment, like it was the most normal thing to do. He hid some kind of book or journal behind his belt, and then he noticed me. Oh my. For a second there, I saw his true face, his pure reaction to seeing me. It wasn't fear or shame, it was just annoyance. He scowled at me for ruining his plan, for insubordination. This honest reaction even he couldn't control. And just like that, his face changed completely. He was shocked, afraid out of breath suddenly. Maybe even a tear was glistening in his eyes. He grabbed my hand and said that we need to run, that we are not safe, that he will explain. So we ran into our brothers in arms, got on our horses, and escaped. I told everybody what I'd seen. Iordan broke the most sacred of rules, his own rule. He was trying to explain himself, but all that we heard was more and more lies. The trust had been broken. We were talking and arguing the whole night. At dawn, Walrod was the first to leave. He was always kind of treated him like our younger brother who forced himself on a journey, but in that moment, he was the most mature of us all. And it was clear that the pack had come to an end. Sambor left right after. Then I did the same. Unigast stayed with Iordan. He couldn't live without him. He loved him the most, even more than me. When I was walking away, I saw the face of Iordan again. Our eyes met for a split second, and they were not sad, but full of contempt. So that's how it happened. I'm sorry, Rasimir. You probably expected something different. It doesn't matter what I expected, only the truth. The truth's always a bitch. Never pretty, never certain. Full of doppelgangers and dirty lovers all over. But it still points to Iordan being a killer. Your uncle was an extraordinary man. Yeah, that's what everybody is saying. Truly brilliant, ahead of his time, I would say. His mind was able to predict things that should be unpredictable. He read people like books, and with all that excellence came a price. The perfectionist in his brain couldn't cope with losing, with being wrong. Iordan had a really short fuse sometimes. He suffered from constant loneliness. Loneliness? He had you, all of you, the pack, family. Everybody loved him. And yet we were the only thing persistently keeping him down. Caring about us, loving us, it was a burden to him. The emotional ties made him dependent on us, weak, common, and being ordinary for him was worse than death. Sounds like a monster. Having us kept him grounded, but he couldn't restrict his ambition. It was like a flesh-eating disease, consuming him from within. Being anonymous started suffocating him. Seeing smiles on faces he'd helped wasn't enough. Hearing praises and thanks wasn't enough. He wanted to be acknowledged, to be worshipped, to be feared. Can't believe you're talking about Iordan. I thought he was a hero. I wanted to like him, be like him. Life's hard, kiddo. You can't judge a book by its cover. Same as you can't judge a man by the one thing he did or by a part of his life. Nothing is just black and white. Unigast told me the same thing. He probably knew Iordan better than anyone else. Knew the worst of him. But he was a brother to him nevertheless. He couldn't have hurt him. Well, he did have an affair with Iordan's woman, so you know about that as well. Seems that Unigast and you grew really close together. Yes, he did. I did. And I'm sure that Iordan knew all about it. How could he? That man could deduce the color of a lady's knickers just by hearing her laughter. I'm sure he knew about me and Unigast. Why didn't he say anything? Wondering about that would torture me at nights. I had a couple of hypotheses, but the thing that speaks to me the most is the simplest of answers. He didn't care. He didn't love me that much to want me all to himself. Yet he wanted us to be happy, so he didn't intervene. I'm sure it was funny to him watching us wallow in our lie, like watching children playing a grown man's game. Maybe he could have changed. Maybe if the baby wasn't... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. If the baby wasn't born dead, don't be sorry. That's what happened. Maybe he was happy about it, or at least appeared to be. Didn't want to hear me when I was saying that it would be a girl. He wanted a boy. A mini Iordan to keep him company. But it wouldn't have worked. Not that time, at least. Why's that? The boy wasn't his. So you knew it was Unigas's then. Mother always knows such things. I knew it was Unigas from the moment I felt his heart beating inside me. You've never told any of them. No. I thought that the lack of truth was a better solution in that situation, but you don't have to agree with me. I do agree with you. There wasn't a good answer. You tried to keep them both happy, and yet I failed at this miserably. Still, you put their happiness before your own. Let's not talk about it any longer. There is a very important matter I've been getting to. You may think I'm crazy, but I have to say it. I don't believe that Iordan died of natural causes. Uh-oh. What? What are you saying? I think he was murdered. What makes you say that? What do you know about his death? Not much, actually. Only that he died peacefully in his sleep. That's what Unigas told me. And you just assumed it was due to an illness or old age, correct? No, yeah, I believed it did. And that's what doesn't add up to me. I knew Iordan. He was always in great shape. We met a few days before his death, actually. He wanted to reconnect. He was happy. It was obvious to me he was planning something, and that wasn't it to die in bed. He didn't have any health problems, but enemies, those he surely had a supply of. It actually sounds very convincing. I managed to find out the location of the medic who was examining Iordan's body, and who decided to burn the corpse the same day, which already seems bizarre. And have you talked with him? No, I wanted to, but my demons caught up with me. Have you told anyone from the pack about your presumptions? No. It may sound harsh, but they're suspects as well. Suspects? You were supposed to be family. I don't really believe they did it. I certainly hope they didn't, but we can't rule out anything at the moment. So you cannot tell them about any of this, not until we learn something valuable. Here, I've marked the location of the medic's camp on your map. I don't know the exact place. You'll have to find it. Speak with him and report to me. I mean, if you're up for it. Of course I am. I'll be back. Alright. Let's take a look. Still only 5 buildings. Alright. We're going to take the shortcut. Let's go find the camp. Let's see. Lots of noises here. Let's see what we can do. Alright. So, our uncle may have been murdered. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's take a drink here. And let's see if we can't locate the camp. We know it's in this area. Generally speaking. Buffalos. Alright, time to wander the forest, aimlessly looking for a camp. So if we get too far away from it, it changes back to pointing us in a direction versus just randomly. Okay. Hello, mooses. I think we found the camp. Let's talk. Hello, I'm looking for a medic. Is that you? What? Who are you calling a relic? I said a medic. What? A medic? What? A medic? Oh, well, that's me. And who are you? My name is Rasimir, and I... Don't bother. I won't remember anyway. What do you want? I wanted to ask you about... Wait, you're not my grandson, are you? No. Phew, that's good. I was afraid you were. Good thing I never had children. Okay. If you didn't know, then how could I? Whatever. I'm here about Iordan. Do you remember Iordan? Of course I do. He was the Castilian who died. Great shame. He was one of the good ones. I've been told that you have seen his body. Who told you that? I haven't seen anything. Go away. Please, it's really important that I know how he died. It was a year ago. I don't remember. I'm old, you know. You shouldn't be asking about such things anyway. But I need to know the truth, and you're the only one who can help me. Why? Because I haven't had any leads besides this one? Why do you need to know? I'm his nephew. I came to the valley after I lost my parents in the war, looking for him. He was the only relative I had left. Listen, kid. It would be better if you dropped it. Seriously. So you don't have a hearing problem after all. Safety reasons, and for the same reason I won't be telling you anything about Iordan. Please, you must help me. I'm not joking, boy. Do you think I enjoy living all alone in the wilderness like this? I don't want to end up the same way as Iordan. So he really was murdered. I already said too much. Leave. No, please. I'm begging you. I'll do whatever it takes to find out who did this. I really can't, kiddo. I want to die on my own terms and not due to metal poison. What if I could help you leave the valley, make you safe? I don't know. This is my home, and if you're living in the woods scared for your life, that's not the way to spend your last days. Wouldn't you agree? Damn you, reasonable youngling. All right, if you get me a horse and some supplies, I'll tell you what I know. Great, I'll get on it. I'll need somebody to escort me on the way as well. Even if they wouldn't find me, there are still bandits and wild beasts on the way. All right. Find you someone to protect you during your travel. And I want a wife as well. Forget it. It was worth a try. I'll come back. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. I'd love to acquire that bow, sir. And your arrows. Poisoned arrows. Alright. So now we have to find him a horse and an escort. And the day is waning fast. Which is unfortunate. Let's see if we can keep going a little bit longer here, make a little bit more progress. Maybe we can wrap this up in the next episode. So we gotta go back and talk to Kestral. And get him a horse and an escort. And see where we're at. Actually, I want to take a quick look. Nope. Our Dynasty hasn't gone up enough. Should look at see what the qualifications are for that. At what point we get more stuff we can do. Man, it's getting dark. Do. Dude. How are you doing that, man? Alright. Kestral, I'm here. Hey, you're up. How did it go? You were right. Iordan was murdered. To be honest, I was hoping that I was just paranoid. But it is true after all. Do you know who's the killer? I don't. Not yet. The old medic is completely cowed. He spent the last years living by himself in a tent in the forest, pretending to be infirm. Damn, isn't there any way to convince him? I found one. We have to arrange his escape from the valley. Great work, Rasimir. What do we need to get for him? A horse, some supplies, and someone to protect him on the way. Okay, leave the horse to me. I've always had a way with horses. I'm close with Leonard, owner of the nearby stable, so I'm sure I'll figure something out. You'll need to get the rest. For supplies, we should give him some coins, preserved meat, and a water skin filled to the rim. As for the protector, try talking with Domogoj. He lives in Jezerika and owes me a favor. He should do. I remember him being pretty agile. Okay, I'll be on my way. Alright, so... excuse me. Journal. To do this... we need to get him some supplies. So we need to talk to Demogoj. And it is a long ways away. It's unlikely we're going to accomplish this tonight, but we can give it a shot. It'd be kind of nice to be able to get a few little bits of the quest done. Since we're here... 581. I wonder if it's 600 we get more, or is it 750 or 1,000? There's a wagon. Ooh. Take the copper hammer. See if there's anything else laying here quick. Doesn't look like it. Anyway. Let's go see if we can find Domogaj. Oh gosh. Oh, there's a barrel. We might as well see if we can find anything. Up and over the hill. Down the hill. To some water. It's probably going to be faster to go around it than through it this time. The other likelihood is that while we're running through the forest here in the middle of the night, the midnight's going to hit and it's going to reset us back to our cabin. Let's try not to be eaten by the wolf. Okay, stamina's refilled. Run. The wolf didn't chase us, which is a good thing. Alright. We're getting close-ish to where we're headed. Whoa. Quite the hill. Okay. Okay, we're just about to town. Come to ask for your help. You don't like wasting time, do you? Nope. Let's just get going. How am I involved in this? Kestral said you owe her one. She said that? Damn this woman. I thought she just liked me back. I don't know the details of your arrangement. Never mind. What does she need? There's an old man who needs an escort during the travel out of the mountain. Shouldn't take more than 2 days. Sorry, can't help. But why? I don't have my crossbow anymore. Let's say it broke. Broke due to my being an idiot and losing it in some stupid riddle game. And if I get you a new crossbow, then I'll do it. I'll get you your weapon. Plus 12. Here's your new crossbow. So we just gave him our iron crossbow, but that's fine. Tell Kestral I'm ready when she is. Will do. Alright, so we can go back to Kestral at any point. Let's see. Nope, it was not 600. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Quest failed. Angler without a cause. We lost, or we failed a couple of side quests? Alright. So now we need to deliver 500 coins, 20 dried meat, and a water skin to Kestral. So we're gonna have to make money. A lot of money. And where are we? Okay, we're here. And home is there. So we're probably not going to get home before we get reset home. Should be on the way, yep. We're going to want... Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start heading home. Maybe. So we need to go this way. God, nope. We're going to go this way. Alright, let's jump to our inventory. Sweet. Oops. Let's get our food all the way back up. Perfect. So we made some good progress here on this one today. We've got to get some coin and do some other stuff. Shouldn't be terribly complicated. We might have to buy the dried meat. I'm not sure I know how to make it. Which isn't the end of the world, but I think the next episode we should be able to wrap up a lot of that. Alright, where are we? So if we kind of go this way straight, we should be good getting home. Hello, fox. Okay. So, a lot of walking, a lot of ambling around, trying to get things figured out, get things done, make progress, be able to build. Yeah. Right now, though, if I might have to take the time to see if I can tear down a building somehow and build a new one. Because right now, we don't really have a weapon anymore. We gave up our crossbow. So, without that, we're kind of in trouble. Run from the pig. If I'm not mistaken, this takes us home. Let's drink some water. We're a little stinky. Yeah, we're not. It's not deep enough to lose or to get cleaned up, but yeah, let's not go that way. That would hurt a lot. Okay. We're just about to home. We should go clean up before we go to bed. Which won't take much. We just gotta run down to the lake. Alright. I didn't think we'd get home before midnight. Okay. All cleaned and up. Now to head to bed. Alrighty, folks. So, that's another quick episode of Medieval Dynasty. We do have a rabbit. We can go ahead and collect. Go ahead and arm that trap. Head into our cabin. Let's go ahead and light the fire. We seem to do this most nights. Let's go ahead and cook these, and we will call this an episode here. Made some progress, got some more of the Kestral stuff done. We just got to get a bunch of dried meat and some coins together, and we should be good. We should be nearing the end of the quest fairly soon. So on that note, folks, thank you for joining me and watching. I truly appreciate it. Please, if I have earned your subscription, please feel free to subscribe and like the video. Any comments I'm happy to receive. But until next time, this is Lord Elric. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.